So, good morning, football. GMF talked about this exact topic. At 4-6, the Bengals are currently on the outside of the AFC playoff picture. But they have a huge one Sunday night in LA. Do you think the Bengals will be a playoff team this year? The crew debates. And unanimously, they all said we will be a playoff team. They believe we will make the playoffs. Which, made a good point in this. And this is something I've talked about many times when it comes to the playoff picture and how the playoff picture kind of shakes out. It's not how well we finish. It's how well the Denver Broncos finish. And the Indianapolis Colts. Those are the two teams right now that are kind of on our heels. And all three of us are fighting for the 7th playoff spot. Because I think unanimously people think the Steelers are going to make the playoffs, obviously. The Ravens will make the playoffs, right? So one will win the division, one will be 5th seed. You got the Chargers. A lot of people are saying they're going to make the playoffs. I do believe too. So that will be the 6th seed. And now we have 3 teams going for the 7th seed. So you start to break down, okay, well, who do you think it has the best chance possible to make the playoffs of the 3 teams? Bengals, Broncos, or Colts, right? Colts right now are in a cluster fluff. They went and benched Anthony Richardson, put in Joe Flacco. They still look bad. So now that's a whole entire situation going on, right? With that being said, the Broncos just lost a heartbreaking loss to the Colts. I'm sorry, to the Chiefs after getting destroyed by the Ravens. So now they're in a kind of free fall. And this is what we have left to go with our schedule. We have to play the Steelers again twice. But then also the Broncos have to play the Chiefs again. And obviously we do also play the Broncos head to head. So again, we win this game on November 17th. Ironically enough, 2 days before my birthday. Birthday is November 19th. So, shout out to that fact. But anyway, we win that game. Then we have a bye week, right? We get rested. We get going. Overall wise, the history of the Bengals, we have played very well after our bye week. We usually always win that game. So, it's good. Because that game is the Steelers game. And if we can use that momentum to win in Cincinnati against them, that would be a humongous win. Because I think we're going to beat the Cowboys. No Dak Prescott. He's out for the season. Right now, Cooper Rush apparently got hurt last week. So it might be Trey Lance we play against. So that's going to be most likely a win. Titans game is going to be difficult because one thing, the Titans always give us crap, it feels like. But also that's the first game against Brian. But I think we'll win that game. And at that point, it's kind of just on a tear, right? At that point, you're in a, 4-game winning streak. You feel confident. You're feeling good. You get to play Cleveland in Cincinnati. You win that game. Now you're in a 5-game winning streak. You beat the Broncos. You're in a 6-game winning streak. And just like we did the Super Bowl year, we won the last 8 games of the season. You win a game against the Steelers while you're on, a hot streak. This is the Steelers probably after they won the division, in all honesty, with how they're playing. So very potentially, they already have the division locked up. They have everything locked up, right? So now they're going to put in the backups. They're going to put in all the, no starters. So we get to do what we did last year against Cleveland in the final game. We play all the backups. And now we get to go against with our starters. And that gives us another win, right? Again, beating Pittsburgh twice is very, very challenging. But the second time we play them, it's very possible that they have the division locked up. If they continue in the trajectory that they're on, they might win the division. And at that point, we might get a free win. It's not a free win, but it's going to be a backup play win the final week of the season. And again, I'm not saying we have the best team out there. We don't. We definitely have a lot of flaws, a lot of issues, a lot of problems. But it just comes down to simply, we're probably going to have that situation where we don't have to play the best Steelers squad possible in the final week of the season. I think we can beat the Broncos. We can beat the Brownies. We can beat the Titans, Cowboys. And then really the 2 games that I'm scared of if anything here, it's the Steelers and the Chargers game. I think we could beat the Chargers. But then again, playing that Steelers is going to be tough, but we just kind of have to play better than the Broncos. This is literally the mentality. You don't have to be fast. You just have to be faster than the fattest fat guy on the team. And that's pretty much what this is. We don't have to be better than the Broncos. We just have to be better than their F-ups or mess-ups. And yeah, so again, I'm getting to a point where just get in the show and see what happens, because we do. I mean, listen, once Joe gets in there, he has a very good track record of being very successful in the playoffs, and I think, you know, that's something that we can kind of finesse other teams out of and potentially get on a little run going into the playoffs. But Falcons, I mean, again, the Falcons very much could beat them. The Falcons look really good right now. The Raiders, divisional, you never know what happens. The Brownies, wish the Browns were better. See, this is the moment when I wish the Brownies were better. And then the Colts play the Broncos. So it's like, it literally is a automatic W here because they have to play each other. The Chargers, who are red hot, have to play the Like, I don't know. Even on, like, Good Morning Football, they were saying, like, oh, well, the Broncos have a winnable schedule. Not really. They have to play the Falcons, are really tough. They have to play the Colts, which, again, that's up in the air. The Colts always play everyone tough, it feels like. They got to play the Chargers. They got to play us. And they got to play the Chiefs. And I promise you, you know, the Chiefs, even if you're like, well, the Chiefs at that point have everything locked up. No, the Chiefs are very vindictive. They do not like the idea, even if they have everything locked up, they're not going to put in their backups. Not against the Broncos, because the Broncos beat them last year. If the Broncos didn't beat them last year, maybe they would put the backups in. But because the Broncos, and especially if it's a situation where the Chiefs can knock the Broncos out of the playoffs, I promise you, they're going to go out there full guns a-blazing and try to beat the Broncos as much as humanly possible. I mean, you got to keep in mind, this is also Andy Reid who put in Patrick Mahomes in the preseason to play just to get some extra reps in. Okay, like this, he don't mess around, man. They put in their starters when they want to. And if that's the case, I mean, realistically speaking, I say Falcons could beat them, we'll beat them, Chargers beat them, and Chiefs beat them. That's 4 losses right there. You know, that's 8-9 final record for the Broncos. So it's not about really, again, this season. It's just about how do you finish, right? And that's what we got to do here. Just get in. Get in and let Joe Burrow figure out the rest. It's going to be a fun end of the season. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one.